Hi, my name is Ogechi Madukoma. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be looking at a subject that will interest you. We'll be looking at registering our product with NAFDAC. How to register a product with NAFDAC. Recently I've had so many questions about NAFDAC. I've had questions ranging from how do I register my product with NAFDAC? What will it cost me to register my product with NAFDAC? What are the things that I need to register with NAFDAC? What document do I need if I want to register my product with NAFDAC? Because of this, few weeks ago, I brought a NAFDAC consultant on this channel, YouTube Live, to answer our questions because I've had so many of these questions. So I know that it's a subject that interests so many people. But that day, our village would not allow us. The network was so bad. The network was not supportive that we couldn't have the live session. But by the grace of God, by next week, we'll be having this live session. But I thought to myself that before that live session, let me give you an overview of NAFDAC registration, all you need to know about NAFDAC. So you're armed with questions to come with on that day to ask our consultant, so that before that day you will know what it takes and what questions exactly you'll be asking her, so that she'll ask. And even after this watching this video, if you have any question about around NAFDAC that you want to know, please send it to me on WhatsApp on 08029046605, and I'll compile them. 08029046605. I'll compile these questions and they'll be among the first questions that she'll be answering before she takes questions that are live. So because of this, so if you know you've not subscribed to my channel, please do. Please, I'm begging you, please subscribe to this channel as I load you with value weekly. I bring you weekly trainings on the production of different household essential products, and also informations about grants, about all you need to know to start up your business and scale with it. Don't worry, we are just starting. I have so many goodies for you here on this channel. Please subscribe to my channel and also hit that bell icon so that YouTube notifies you each time I upload a new video. If you even watch the videos on my channel already, you know that they are values. So please hit like and share so that YouTube shows it to more people. So let's go straight to topic for today. So all you need to know about NAFDAC. What is NAFDAC? Let's start with the definition. So NAFDAC means National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control. NAFDAC, National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control. What this means is that they are that body responsible in Nigeria to regulate and to control the manufacturing, the production, the importation. Because yes, if you need to import some of into Nigeria, you need NAFDAC number to do that, and also the sales and so much more. NAFDAC covers three broad categories of products. They cover food products, they cover cosmetics products, and they cover drugs. National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control. So if you know you're playing in the food sector, you're under cost. And when they say cosmetics, they don't mean just beauty. If you're working with chemicals like we do, we that produce bar soap, we that produce home essential products, yes, we are under cosmetics. So if you're working with chemicals, you're producing paint, you're producing detergent, you're producing home essential products generally, you're under cosmetics and also drugs. So NAFDAC is the one that regulates the production, the sales, the importation, the manufacturing of this product here in Nigeria. So NAFDAC have three types of permits. NAFDAC has three types of permits. One, they have the micro scale enterprise permits. Micro scale enterprise permits. And this is for companies that have from 0 to 5 staff strength. That means your staff strength is between 0, so between 1, it will not be 0, you're between 1 and 5 staff. Then you're classified under micro scale enterprise. And then we have the small scale enterprise. These are for businesses that have between 5 and 10 staff. Scale enterprise. And then we have medium to large scale enterprises. So these are for businesses that have or companies that have 10 staffs and beyond. So the category you fall in will determine the type of product that you can register. But also note that even though you have between 0 or between 1 and 5 staff, there are some products that you cannot register under micro enterprise. Say like product like poultry products, like dairy products, like dried meats. No, you will not be allowed to register that under micro enterprise, even though you have a staff strength that is between 1 and 5. So that is it. So what do you need? How do you get started? You want to register your product with NAFDAC. What are the steps that you need to follow to be able to register your product with NAFDAC success? Note that without NAFDAC, you will not be able to sell your product widely in Nigeria. If you do that, you'll be doing that illegally. So you need NAFDAC to be able to put your products in supermarkets. You need NAFDAC to be able to push your products into the market so well. So, but that should not stop you from start. That fear should not hold you back. Just start that process, and before you know, you get the NAFDAC. It's not as difficult as people have made it seem. No, it is not. If you get the right guidance, like I said, I'll be bringing a consultant that will be answering our questions. If you get somebody to guide you well, and it will be easy, it will be seamless, and you get your product. What are the steps that you need to get your product registered with NAFDAC? Number one is that you have to apply to NAFDAC that you want a permit. You have to apply, you have to make an application to NAFDAC that you want a permit. And when you're submitting this application to NAFDAC, you have to submit it alongside some documents. Don't worry, I'll be giving us the list of documents that we need to submit alongside this document. Just stay with me till the end. I'll be listing out all the documents that I'll be needing to submit alongside our permit. So number one, to start with, you need to make an application to NAFDAC. Then number two, you have to make payments. One common question is, how much does it cost to register with NAFDAC? But I tell people, the cost of registration is not just that money you pay. There are so many things that you need to put in place. Even before, in fact, that money you pay is even the least. There are so many things like your facility, like your SOPs, like so many things that you need to do that will cost a little more than the cost itself. So, but in this case, after you've applied to them, you're going to pay what they call the registration fees that you want to get. Depending if you're getting the permit under a small scale, a micro scale, or a medium-sized enterprise. And thirdly, remember I said the first, you have to make an application to NAFDAC. Secondly, you make payment. Number three is that those documents you submitted alongside your application will be verified. You will not just submit your documents to NAFDAC and they'll give you a number. No be so they work. They will have to go through those documents. They will have to verify that yes, these documents you've submitted, that they're authentic and they are true. The documents will be verified, and then they will now fix a date for inspection. In fact, at times they will tell you to choose a date. Like in my case, I was asked to choose a date. I was one that picked a date, and when they said that date was convenient for them, on that day I just sent a driver to pick them and they came over for the inspection. So I said, one, you make an application, submit your application alongside some documents. I'll be telling you I'll give you, don't worry, I'll give you the list of documents at the end of the video. And secondly, you make payments. And thirdly, your documents will be verified, and then a date for inspection will be fixed. Then fourthly, they will come over for this inspection, and while they are inspecting, you are expected to produce in their presence. And as you produce, they will go with samples of your product. And when they go back with samples of your product, they will now go into their lab and they will do what they call their analysis. So once they've done all the analysis and your product meets their standard, there will be final vetting, and at the end of the day, you'll be issued your number and then a certificate. What did I say? You see that the process is simple. I've simplified. Is it not? Very simple. One, I said you have to make an application to NAFDAC. Just go to any NAFDAC office around you. Or in fact, you can even do it online. They have their online. Just Google for NAFDAC online registration. You see the portal. You can also apply online and follow the process through. So it's either you apply online or you go physically to any of their offices close to you. Okay, so I said I was going to give us a list of documents that we need to submit alongside our application. So let me do that now. Okay, the first document is our CAC registration. CAC means the Corporate Affairs Commission. CAC is the one that oversees the registration of companies and business names in Nigeria. So before you go knock on the door of NAFDAC, you ensure that your business is already registered with CAC. It's either your business is registered as a business name or as a company. It's either you register as a business name or as a company. Whichever registration you choose, yes, NAFDAC accepts. So the first thing is to register your business. That's the first step. The second step is to have a trademark for your product. What is trademark? Some people they don't know what to understand what is the business between registering with CAC and registering with trademark. Okay, so with CAC, you register with CAC with the Corporate Affairs Commission, but trademark you register it under the Ministry of Trade and Investment. What is the difference between a CAC registration for your business and a trademark? So CAC registration registers your company, your business, that this business, so it is registered in Nigeria to carry out its businesses in Nigeria. But a trademark is that name with which you want to sell your product. Like I'll use my business as an example. What is the difference between a trademark and a business name? So business name is your company's name, your business name. Like mine, my business name is Glomajos Enterprises, but my trademark name is Lorima. This is my product. We trade under this name, Lorima toilet bowl cleaner, Lorima liquid detergent, Lorima bar soap, and the likes. So this is my trademark name. So because I have trademarked this name, anybody that produces any product and named it Lorima, I can sue the person. But if I don't register this name and I use this name and I say because I've registered my company with CAC and I fail to trademark my name, anybody can use the name. Especially when I have blown, when the product has gone viral, anybody can use that name, and I cannot lay claim to that name because I don't have a trademark. So if you have a trademark for a particular, that's why I tell my students, don't use names like Dettol. So don't say I am producing Dettol. No, Dettol is a brand name for another product. It has been trademarked, so you can be sued for using that name. I'll tell them, don't say I am producing Harpic. Don't say I am producing Izal. Those names are trademark name for another brand. So you use the general name. You can say, I am producing liquid antiseptic like Dettol. It is fair. You can say, I'm producing toilet bowl cleaner like, you can now name. But don't say you're producing Harpic, please. This is Lorima. This is Lorima toilet bowl cleaner. This is my brand. So that's different. Because I have registered this brand, nobody can use. Anybody that uses this name, I'll sue the person. So don't try me. So that is it. So you have your CAC registration and you also have your trademark certificate. So when it comes to tele, you need to have what we call fumigation certificate. Yes, they want to see that you have fumigated that premises where you want to start carrying out your production or your business. So, and that fumigation certificate must be within 90 days. It must be within 90 days. So they want to see that within 90 days, that's within 3 months, you have fumigated that premises. So what you do is to get companies that fumigate to fumigate for you, which is one of the services that my cleaning company does. They fumigate for you, and then we issue you a certificate so that yes, this premises has been fumigated. So the fumigation must be within 90 days. And also your labels. With NAFDAC, you don't some sweet words on the label, and NAFDAC will vet each label. They will tell you they don't want any misleading information on that label. So you also submit samples of your label. In fact, 3 samples each of those labels for vetting. And after that, your medical fitness reports. So you have to do medical fitness report for your staffs. You're going to submit it alongside. And also you have to submit what we call SOPs. What are SOPs? SOP means standard operation procedure. Standard operation procedure. That is, there are a set of instructions that step-by-step instructions that organizations put in place in order to help their staff work routinely. Their standard, like when you are producing liquid detergent, you know that if I want to produce 25 liters, I'll put this amount of caustic soda, I'll put this amount of nitrous salt, I'll put this amount of sulfonic acid and the rest. So as you do that each time, it becomes your standard. So that is how companies too, they put written instructions, step-by-step instruction to help their staff achieve efficiency at every time. So they know that if I want to do this particular task, they've said step one, you have to carry, okay, maybe I want to lift this toilet bowl cleaner from this point to here. They will say, 1, you have to raise it up. 2, you have to step 1. They just write out those instructions step by step so that whether you're there or not, anybody that is carrying out that task will carry it out following the steps, and they will achieve the same result. That is what we call standardization. So SOPs, you must have your SOPs, and also you must have your analysis. You have your water analysis. From your even your raw water. If you have a borehole, if you're using a borehole, the water from the borehole, there's a way they do that. There you have your first tank, which is your raw water, your raw water tank. Raw water tank is that water that comes directly from the borehole that have not passed through your treatment plant. So you have to analyze that. And then after the water has passed through your treatment plants, you have to also take that for analysis. So, and you have to show them the documents. And also where you get your raw materials from, they want to see the source of your raw materials. And also the analysis of your raw materials. For each raw material that goes into the production of any product, NAFDAC wants to see what it contains. They want to see take them to a material lab, for them to conduct that analysis for you, and then you submit it alongside. So like I said, let me run through the list of documents again. I said your CAC certificate, your evidence of trademark registration. It can be an acceptance letter, it can be certificate itself. And also I said your fumigation certificate, that this must be within 90 days. I said also your labels. They want to see samples of your label. They don't want to see enticing word, misleading words. Yes, you can prove that. Whatever word you put on that label, they want to ensure that you can prove whatever claim you're making on your label. And also I said you must submit your medical fitness reports for all your staffs. And also I said you must submit your SOPs for each procedures. SOP for distribution, SOP for production, SOP for recall. Maybe you have distributed a product and maybe there's an issue with that product. How do you recall that product? They want to see that SOP. And also SOP for quality assurance. How do you assure that this product that is going out of your factory has met standard, has met your quality standard? They want to see all those SOPs, different SOPs. SOP for production, SOP for distribution, SOP for recall, SOP for quality assurance, and the likes. They want to see all these SOPs submitted together. And I said you have to have your water analysis reports, both your raw waters and your treated water. They want to see it. And also they want to see where you get your raw materials from. So before you go and knock at the door of NAFDAC, what are the things that you have to have in place? One, ensure you have your CAC, your business registered with CAC. Two, ensure that you have your trademark. And thirdly, ensure that your facility meets NAFDAC standards. It's a layout that NAFDAC has put in place for your factory to be. Like when I was registering my product, they said I must have a room for my raw materials. I must have a separate room for my packaging materials, my cartons, my bottles, and the rest. I must have a separate room for my finished products. And then I must have a clock room where my staff clocks in when they come to work. And then I must have my production room. That is at the least, you should have 5 rooms. You can decide to demarcate them. You can have not up to 5 rooms, but you can decide to. That's for me that those chemicals. You can demarcate them to bring out these 5 rooms. These rooms, they must be connected. They must be connected. One door must lead to another. And then you must have an exit door, entrance, and then an exit. There must be an entrance and then an exit. So that is what they told me, and I ensured that in fact, NAFDAC has even simplified it. If you know you don't want to make some investment that at the end of the day you regret, so NAFDAC has what they call pre-inspection and visit. So you can go to NAFDAC, you can visit a NAFDAC office, pay them, I think it's 10,000 or thereabouts. Invite them, tell them, please come and inspect this place I want to use for production for me and tell me if it meets your standard. So they will come, they will fix a date for you. They call it pre-registration inspection. So they will come to that facility, they will inspect everywhere around, they will tell you if it meets, they will tell you what to do, they will not advise you on how best to make use of that place. If it does not meet, they will tell you no. Before you start investing, like me that went to sink a bore in somebody else's compound, though it was not a waste because I was able to get my number then, I was able to do business. I stayed there for like 2 years before I eventually left to. Okay, another question that I get asked mostly is, can I use one NAFDAC number for, say I have like 3 products. Can I use one NAFDAC number for all 3 products? The answer is a capital no. So you must have a different NAFDAC number for each of your products, even though you produce them under one company. You must have different NAFDAC number for each of the products. So like me, I have different NAFDAC numbers for this one, for my bar soap and my liquid detergent. So they have different, in fact, if this product has different sizes, this is 500 ml. If I have a smaller size, I am expected to have two different numbers unless I want to do what they call batch size extension. That's when they will allow me, they'll approve it from NAFDAC that I'm doing batch size extension, and they will allow me to use the same batch size, the same NAFDAC number for this one and that. But or else you should have different NAFDAC number for different sizes of your product. So don't say because you have NAFDAC number for one product, use it for all your product. No, no. And the process is for individual products. You must do for everything. If you're doing analysis, you do it for each of the products, each of the raw materials, each of everything. So you have different number for different products. So I think I've been able to cover a lot. Let me stop it here. Let me end it here. Our consultants will answer questions. If you have any question, like I said earlier, send it to me on WhatsApp on 08029046605. Remember that also imported products are not exempted. If you're going to import any product from outside Nigeria to sell them in Nigeria, especially when they are under food, drugs, and cosmetics, you're expected to register those products with NAFDAC. So we are going to be answering all those questions. It will be a live session by next week by God's wish. We are looking at on Tuesday tentatively. I'm going to give you the details by Monday by the way. So if you know you don't want to miss this session, this live session, please subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss it when I start, so that YouTube will notify you when the session starts. Okay, so please subscribe so that YouTube shows my video, notifies you when I start the live session next week. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.